high time for a super serious question about clarinet reeds. And then I have to do my serious face, right? So in general, I try not to be too crazy about reeds because in my opinion, there will always be a reed for every single concert that is going to work, but you just need to take care of them properly. So somebody wanted to know how I prepare my reeds for performances, and so I'm just gonna share with you what I do. I'm not God, so I'm not gonna tell you that this is the best thing to do. But so when they arrive at my home, like I play this Vandoren V12 number 4, absolutely love them. I would first of all, first day, just take them out of these, you know, plastic covers, the little bags, and that's it. I just say hi. And I also give them a number, so kind of a passport for every single reed in the package. So I would, for example, write, what are we? We're November. So I would write 11, and then the year, so 23, and then reed number 1. So this reed will have 3 different numbers on it, and that's it. And then I would put it back in the plastic and in the box. So the thing is, they come out of this vacuum situation. So I think maybe psychological, but that they need a little bit of time to adapt. And then day 2, I would take them out of their plastic covers. Oops, they go everywhere now. Anyhow. And then I would put them upright in a glass of water, and I really added, let's say, 4 millimeters of water, so really not too much, like this. All of them. I personally use 20 to 30 reeds per month, right, to make sure that I find the ones that I like. Put your timer on the phone next to it on 2 minutes and just wait. Have a coffee. Don't forget the timer, because if you forget the reeds in the water, they're destroyed. So the reason I put them like this is that you know, it's a plant, and plants, they soak the water like these here, and the water goes up. So those would be the directions of the nerves of a reed. So I think we should kind of stick to that. And then once the 2 minutes are over, you can just simply dry them on a piece of paper. Voila. And you leave them. You do exactly the same thing on day 3, right? So you're gonna do this twice, watering the reeds. Voila. And then on day 4, you can start to play on them, but never too much. Again, put your timer on the phone, 5 minutes per reed, you know, just simply play on them, get used to them, and that's it. And I always mark that on the side of the reed. So here I'm going to make a little stripe so that I know, I've played on them 1 time, you know, and then after a few days I can see, okay, I've played 5 or 6 times, 5 minutes on them. And then the next step in the process for me would be to figure out which reeds got too light, you know, because that can happen if you play on them quite a bit, then they get too light. And then I use a reed cutter. You need to make sure that you find one that has a nice shape, that it doesn't destroy the reeds. And then you can, you know, cut off a small part of the top of the reed. It will give the reed a little bit more body, a little bit more soul in the sound. And most of my concert reeds are actually reeds that are cut off. And this I would mark on the bottom of the reed. So in a way, when I take a reed out of the box, I know exactly it's passed. So, and that's really important when you're on stage, that you can trust the reed, that you remember, oh right, that's the one, and I practiced some Rossini on it, and yeah, and the top notes were really beautiful, and I love the warmth of the low register, you know, it can be anything. And my method is to just write here on the box, this number was great, 1+, 2+, 3+, whatever. And the very best one, I store it in the bell of my clarinet. So I kind of open my clarinet and wow, that's a lucky reed. So there's no stress. Like most of the time there are at least 3 or 4 reeds that I really like. And yeah, give it some trust. Please don't make yourself crazy with, I don't have a reed. It's like people who say, I don't have anything to wear. You know, there's always something. So trust on that. I hope that was useful. If you have any more questions regarding reeds, yeah, you can always ask me.